happy 2025 or something. Yeah. I got a bunch of stuff to work on right now. I've got a recital coming up. So I want to work on that. I noticed when I was watching or when I was listening to the recording from last time. Oh, hey. You know, it probably works better if I turn this microphone on. Anyway, I was saying, so I've got a lot of stuff to work on. I've got a recital coming up, and I noticed when I was listening to the recording from my last stream that when I was playing the backing tracks for the piano tracks for the two the two pieces that I did that for Nina and for Gnossienne 1, it was pretty quiet and you could barely hear it. So I was futzing with the buttons, and apparently I got to figure out why, but apparently my computer volume on this PC is what actually controls the output. So anyway, I did a little bit of testing, more than I did last time. So, you know, maybe hopefully that'll work better. But when we get to that point, I would like to just make a note that if you can't hear the piano, please do the equivalent, like post some like emotes, some like very like aggressively animated emotes in chat and get my attention so that I know that you can't hear the backing track. So we'll do a little sound check before I do that. Oh, thanks, Yellen. Good to see you. So anyway, so that's a thing. So what I've been doing, I've been changing up my practice routine a little bit because I've got the Meow Mix Etude that I was working on that's supposed to be a vibrato exercise. The thing that my teacher wants, and this is just like a thing I made up, not something my teacher told me to do, so I don't know if it's like effective or whatever, but I've been starting with the Meow Mix Etude because it sounds like the Meow Mix commercial. That's why I call it that. And then to work on weight transfer for vibrato and just to like warm up my fingers, because like my normal warm up is like this. Anyway, when we get to this, that part, I feel like I'm just, something is not right, and like my weight transfer is all wacky, and I feel like I am potentially doing more harm than good by doing it that way. So I've not been doing that warm up, and I've been just doing the thing. So let's do that. What's up, Cathedora? Nice to see you. So anyway, I've been doing this without vibrato and just focusing on getting my, when I have a finger down, even if I have the other fingers behind it, gently touching the string, that each finger should be its own pivot point. So let's do that. Wait. fingering written in here. What's up, Learn Music? Thank you for the meows in chat, Cathadora and Learn Music. Yes. Let's go back here. Wait a minute. That's a 2? Why is that a 2? Oh, it's a 2 because it wants me to shift. That's what's going on. Let's just work on this measure a little bit. I don't really care too much. Like the whole, because the point of this is weight transfer, I'm not that worried about like playing the right notes, but we should fix this. Wrong fingering. Hey, Learn Music, thanks for the $5 to the ACLU. Exclamation mark ACLU in the chat if you want to learn more about what they do. They do very, very important work. Very important work. So that's what I've been warming up with, on kind of focusing on the weight transfer of the fingers, and then I might come back to it again and add vibrato in, but we'll kind of see how things are going because I got a lot of stuff. We got a lot to do. I didn't practice yesterday. I was too exhausted. Fridays are, even though despite it being a 2-day work week for me, it was just I was very tired. Very tired. So I went for a run after work, and then the mistake was that I sat down. I heated up some soup that I made on New Year's Day for dinner, and I sat down and ate my soup, and then I didn't want to get up again. And then I had 2 streamers live. Holly was live, and DJ Vegan in Black was live for her birthday. And so I didn't practice. Those are my excuses. My dog ate my homework. All right, what are we going to do next? We're going to do the regular warm-ups. Solid excuses, yes. Thank you for enabling my laziness, I guess. I appreciate the support. All right, let's do some Feuillard. enough of that one. Let's do number 2. So that was a trill exercise. And then where is my music? Ah! Oopsies. Well, yes, I did just drop my phone on my cello. That is a thing that just happened. Oh, and I guess my watch thinks I just did a bunch more steps, so it's telling me good job. How about you be quiet? Huh? How about you be quiet? That's what I say to that. The watch is trying to be helpful, and I'm like, no, shut up. Just shut up. You're bothering me. Go away. Okay, so yeah, so I went for a run today. It's getting real hard to go out running because it was, well, I think it was 12 degrees Fahrenheit when I left, and there's no snow, and it's just like, it's really kind of depressing. So, but I did it in the daytime, so I did the thing. But yeah, steps. What are we gonna do? Chat, pick a number between an integer between 1 and 15. Oh, sorry, no, 1 and 5. 1 and 5, sorry. Cathador says we're getting some of those Arctic blast temps this week. Oh yeah. It's not great. 1 and 5, chat. 1 and 5. Learn Music says 3. We will do 13. All right. What tempo have I been doing this one at? 112. Okay, so actually here, I should pause for a second. So the one of the Helen Mountfort piece that I started working on at my last stream has a lot of, like, there's a lot of left hand business, like where more very guitar like, with lots of, if you were playing guitar, you would call them hammer-ons and pull-offs. And so I need to focus on these exercises, on getting a little bit more aggressive down hits and lifts, as my teacher calls them. So anyway, let's start again. Oops. So the lower two strings are hard to do that because the strings are fatter and they're farther over and whatever. So I need to work on that a bit more. turn this off a second. Okay, that's enough. That gets my forearm really tired, which probably means I'm doing something wrong. But we'll worry about that. We'll worry about that later. All right, chat. Pick a number 1 through 12. Please, if you will. A number, an integer 1 through 12. Learn music wins again, 8. Okay, so I in my head before I said that, I said we're going to start counting at 3 o'clock. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, B flat. We're doing B flat. Let me get a drone. B flat major. Oops. That's right. Okay, and then let's also... Thanks, Yellen. So I'm working on intonation. Let's see. Let's do F as well. I'm just going to go around the circle a little bit. Get an F. So I'm pitching against the drone that you can't hear very well, which is, it's better that way, trust me. There we go. What's up, TJ Vegan in Black? Thank you for the resub. What's up, Keldon? Nice to see you. Cathedora, thanks for the resub. And both of you, thank you for being awesome and helping me out here. Let's do this. Mod love to DJ Vegan in Black and Cathedora. Okay, that's enough of this one. Let me rush right down. Let me turn the drone off. And we apparently have a hype train. So that's exciting. Thank you for kicking that off. Okay, so we got to write down, we did B flat and F. Okay, so now, what did I say we were going to do? Oh, I said we were going to do, yeah, okay, so we're going to get to Yellen. Thank you for the gift sub to Keldon. Okay, so now we're going to do during this hype train is we're going to do an etude. Cello Livia! Cello friends, what's up? Everybody go follow Cello friend, Cello Livia, who we are cello twinsies. She plays cello, she plays piano, she does some looping, she plays video games, and it's always a nice time. So everybody make sure you're following Cello Livia. And what was I doing here? What was I going to do here? Oh, yeah. So we're going to do this etude. It's very hype. Much hype for the hype train. So what we're doing here, friends, is we're practicing cello. And this etude that I'm just pulling up here is a I don't know why that I don't know Stream Elements is drunk or something, just not on their A game, whatever. So this etude is I told my teacher, like, hey, I want to start working on chords, so he gave me this etude to work on chords and intonation and stuff like that. So let's do that. So the thing about so chords and like double stops is you can really tell when you're not in tune, which is why it's good. But what the main thing that I'm working on, like the intonation, is I'm working on that. But I'm all like the main thing that I'm working on is learning how to play, like to play these with my left hand. Wait. Wrong string. So that's the etude. See, Cello Olivia says, I shall be lurking while I get ready to do adulting things. You're sounding good. I hear the progression from last time I tuned in. Thank you very much. That means a lot coming from you specifically. Everybody, make sure you're following Cello Olivia because she's great. So let's go back here, and thank you for that hype train. I appreciate that. So let's go. There were some rough spots in here. I want to work on them, but like I'm getting, it's a pretty short etude. But I'm feeling a lot more like when I first started playing this, it was getting the actually just like the hand strength to like make sure that I was holding down the notes was a little bit challenging. What's up, Doc? Etude, will you play a B-tude next? I don't take requests, Doc. I don't take requests. I don't know what yeah. I don't take requests. So let's work on, so there's a couple things. Let me actually talk about what's going on in this etude. So here, when I hit that open A, I need to prepare for this note. And I need to be pointing my finger back at my face. So then that next chord, the next, Trip's got some etude today. Oh, we have a counter for that. Oh, and then Siribot, I forgot Siribot. That's also a Siribot command, and we're just gonna leave it. We're just gonna keep it. We get the bonus joke from Siribot. And Siribot says mountains aren't just funny; they are hill areas. Thank you, Siribot. So this next set of double stops here. What I'm doing here is I'm getting my first and fourth finger down and my second and third finger up in the air. What's up, DJ Moans 1? DJ Moans 1 comes in and immediately redeems the smash the cello against the wall, screaming, "Fuck the establishment!" Well, welcome. Everybody go follow DJ Moans 1. He's a DJ, plays the dark and spooky varieties of music, as well as branches out into other related genres, including things like progressive house and other stuff. And he's kind of hilarious, honestly. He's kind of hilarious. As you might have gathered from his entrance here. That's where that should be. So I have to put down, so here again, this is a, so that's kind of tricky. So let's work on that a couple of times. So right there, let's do this a couple of times. So we go here. And then I stay in the same position on the C string, but then there's a replacement finger shift. So where my first finger is here, I'm going to move my third finger on the next string over on the G string. See, Keldon says, I think you got your quotes in the wrong place, or that part of the joke redeems smash the cello against the wall. Yes. Yes. Yeah, DJ Moans 1 is threatening to find a really cheap cello and ship it to me so that I can smash it on stream. So that's the deal there. That's the deal there. And I don't think it's an idle threat. I think it's serious business. So let's see here. We're doing this one. That was nice. Those fists. Kind of awkward hand position, but let's work on that a little bit. Gotta work on keeping my bow evenly distributed between both strings too. DJ Moans one says, it will be an older beat up cello, don't fret. Don't worry, I won't fret. I have no frets. There are no frets. The frets are back there. Back there. Doc says, can you just smash a ukulele and say it's a soprano cello? I mean, I'm not like a huge fan of the ukulele, so that might be somewhat satisfying. Ukuleles are easier to ship and less expensive. So that might be an idea there, Doc. I mean, for all that, you know, you can get a beat up old crappy violin shaped object for not very expensive, and that technically that would be a soprano cello, wouldn't it? Yeah, that intonation there's pretty iffy on the, so I have to, there it is. So that's a pretty big reach. So I'm in first position, which is the largest, you know, well, the largest reach in when you actually also use your pinky. The largest reach up here. That's the other large reach on the cello, but that's a different finger pattern. So here we've got that was not too bad. So what's going on here is I've got a 4 and then a little shift up, and then I got to reach back. DJ Moans one says, possibly, let's discuss. All right. Negotiating here. So I missed that shift, and you can see why there's a shift there, because it's a lot smoother than going from, I could go from, it's just, that's clumsy. That's smoother. that I notice, a pattern that I notice, is my fourth finger isn't getting is flat. A lot of times on these double stops where there's a fourth finger. So let's see here. And this is the same big stretch. DJ Moan says, Tripwire is a great cellist. They always bring a bow to a string fight. Well, yeah. I was, I follow some string players on Blue Sky now, and somebody like there's Leah Roseman, I think their name is, has this, they're a violinist, and they have this podcast, and there was some mention of, like, I guess the person that the guest on the show was like actually did a thing with fencing, and like fencing actually, like, while playing there was some kind of choreography involved, and I'm like, oh yeah, we did that all the time with our fiberglass bows when I was in elementary and middle school, and we broke a lot of bows that way, and they said that they were glad that they were not our teacher. We weren't that bad. We weren't terrible. We were just a little, we were just kids. We were just kids that had orchestra right after lunch. And yeah, things happen. Says, every time I tune in here, I feel like you're stringing us along. You just came ready with all of the puns tonight. All of the puns. Let's see here. So I was in tune here. Because it's an octave, right? So you can tell if it's out of tune. So that's and then I'm letting my finger get flat between this and this. Up earlier, so let's work on this too. So here, what's going on here? So I've got to keep my first finger down and then just move it over, and then move my second finger over one string. Section again. This is like my favorite part of the whole piece right here, is when we get this D sharp in here. But there's I'm down in half position now, so I shifted a half step down. So we go. And then so I can keep my first finger down there is what I need to do, what I didn't do. My bow's creeping, getting nervous. I'm creeping up here. Keep my arm relaxed. It's that 4-1 and then 2-2 again. Arpeggio section again. And we got a whole step shift there from here. What just happened? Oh, we got a new follow. Jinsoku, welcome in. Thanks for the follow. Hope you're having a nice weekend. Okay, that's getting a lot better. That is getting a lot better. So let's work on this ending here. This, it's the notes have been actually giving me trouble, like just remembering which notes and which patterns to play. So it goes, I'm going to play it really slow. So that's the main pattern. This isn't half, this is open A obviously, but then we go into half position. up, Nivex? Nice to see you. That's the thing, is I want to shift too early, and that's wrong. I'm gonna run out of bow on that last note. We've been working on this for a while, so let's call it there and let's move on because we have lots to do tonight. So much to do. Okay. What are we doing? What are we doing now? Oh, we're doing vibrato exercises. So let's chat while we're doing that. Jinsoku. Let me know if I'm saying that right. It sounds like maybe a Japanese name, and my Japanese is not good. Not good. Yeah, so that's an etude. You can see it in the chat there. It's an etude, so it's a piece to work on. Well, in this case, we're using it to work on double stops and chords because I told my teacher, like, hey, I think I want to do some chords. So we're starting here, and then he gave me like a list of a few different etudes to work on, but this was the easiest one of the bunch. So let's do some vibrato exercises, and then we will move on to some real music. Okay, so what I'm doing here is this is to get everything to kind of work together. And we can chat a little bit. I did say it correct. Awesome. Thank you for letting me know. So this this helps all of my arm and my fingers just kind of work together as a unit. We'll go through all the fingers on all the strings. Then we'll do something else. So like vibrato is supposed to be, there should be like kind of, at least cello vibrato, be kind of powerful. Should be relaxed but powerful. And there's like a lot of what I would call, my teacher didn't use this term, but I will use this term, elastic strength, where it's kind of like the rebound. Like if you've ever done the triple jump in track and field, or athletics, as they say in some parts of the world, that's all basically elastic. What your hips are doing to propel you forward is all elastic strength. My track coach used to say, and he was the jumps coach, so he might have been a little bit biased, but he said the 3 events that are the hardest on your body are the triple jump, the 400-meter hurdles, the long hurdles, and the steeplechase, which was my event. Because all 3 of those events do weird things. They do things specifically to the smaller muscles in your core and in your hips. So anyway, bet you didn't think you were going to learn stuff about track and field tonight. Bet you didn't. Okay. Let's do... you did the 4x4 and the 100 meter. So sprinter. I was a distance runner. So the steeplechase was my event in college, which is 3,000 meters. And then, and in high school, and when I wasn't running, well, in high school I did the 1,600 and the 3,200. Because the state that I grew up in didn't use the metric. We still did the mile and the 2 mile, except they were kind of sort of close enough in metric terms. And I did the 4x800 also. Went to state in the 4x800 my senior year. That was a thing I did. Jinsoku says it is Twitch. It is Twitch after all. Learn something different every day. Yeah. So this is just loosening up the muscles here. And what I'm trying to do actually is when I'm holding down my finger and then when I move my right hand away, my left arm and my left hand shouldn't do anything different. Even though I'm holding my finger down here, it should feel the same. When I first started doing this exercise, it was like night and day difference, and it was really hard to not tense up when I let my finger go. Like really hard. But I got it figured out. Just got to keep doing it, making a little progress every day. Is anybody doing anything fun this weekend that they want to share? I'm doing this. And then I don't have. Oh, I'm doing Twitch things this weekend. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing Twitch things. I'm gonna go. I have some modding to do, and tomorrow I have some adulting to do. I have a bunch of reminders set up for me of things that I need to do tomorrow. So annoying. Being a grown-up is kind of annoying. I mean, yeah, you can eat ice cream for breakfast if you want, but some of this other stuff, yeah, I don't know about that. See, Cathastora says, little Minecraft, little modding, the usual. Are you streaming tomorrow, or are you just gonna play off stream? If you're not following Cathadora, they've been streaming a lot of Minecraft, and life is strange, and Animal Crossing sometimes. Cathadora says, I'll probably stream. So everybody make sure you're following Cathadora, because it's a nice place to hang out. I'm often not awake when you stream. Because we are in different time zones. Jinkosu says, I said your name right and then I screwed it up. Jinsoku. I got the S and the K mixed up. Says, I am a person who eats anything, anytime. I mean, yeah, I'm kind of like, I am a functional eater. I'm not a foodie. I am not a foodie. I like things that are easy and that are good for me and that make me not hungry anymore. Nivek says, an adult, you can have ice cream for breakfast every day, but as an adult, you are also burdened with the knowledge of why you should not have ice cream for breakfast every day. These are very true words, Nivex. Oh no, read my username backwards fast as you can. Oh no. I'm not going to be able to do that. I know my limitations. I just realized somebody that I mod with has their username is actually meant to be read upside down. And that was a revelation when I learned that. It was very clever. Cathedora says ice cream is a sometimes breakfast. Yellen makes the very good point that you can just have a fruit flavor. I mean, like strawberry ice cream often has pieces of strawberry in it. You could put fruit toppings. Nivek says some nights cereal is dinner. I've stopped eating cereal because it does not meet the criteria of making me not hungry again. Not hungry anymore. If I eat cereal, I'll eat like the whole box, and that's not good for you. And then I'm still hungry. And then it's like, well, why did I bother with this? I should have done something else. Cathedora says acai bowls are basically ice cream for breakfast. Yeah, fair point. Yellen says a little granola and you're sorted. Yeah, I kind of stopped eating cereal and granola. I used to eat granola bars once in a while, but okay. We're done with this. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to actually, to reward you for sitting through all of this nonsense, all of this technical nonsense, we're going to play some real music. And I think it'll work. I think this is going to work. So let me put these in. I'm just going to try the one. All right, so we're going to play, I guess we're going to do Nina first. So Nina was the one, the backing track was quieter than the other one. So let's just do this. Oh, and by the way, the VODs are going to be on YouTube because I'm doing this right now. Okay, where did I put the things? Oh, I think I put it over here. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, I gotta turn this on. Okay, so let's just do a little sound check here. How's the levels? Can you all hear the backing track okay? You're killing me. You're killing me, Windows. How did that go? Not really, it's a bit quiet. Okay. Thank you. Let's do... Oops, wrong way. Is that better? It looks like it's okay from what I can see. So let's roll with this. Let's see if we can do this. I'm gonna have to bring, I got a screen issue here. So let's do this. Let's bring this over here. Okay, I think I can, this is a whole thing. See much more balanced? Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you for being my front of house engineers. Okay, so we get Nina here. And I think this will work. Right, so I gotta get my note. Get my note, and then we hit the space bar. And then away we go. What's up, Dev Kind? Nice to see you. Everybody, go give Dev Kind a follow. I know them from Zach Bussey's community. And oh, I'm not following either. Let's just do that. How's it going? How's your weekend? Thanks for stopping in. Okay, so I want to clean up. So there's a couple things like playing with the backing track. By the way, how was the balance? Was that all right? Did we get it dialed in? So one of the things that I want to work on is some of the timing. There's two spots. The one at the end is going to be easier to deal with than the one earlier, but we'll see how that goes. There we go. Okay. So here, what's up, Tesno? Everybody go follow Tesno too. He's a DJ and plays lots of kinds of music and is awesome. Let's see. So it's this part here. I've talked about this before. There's two fermatas in this measure. So a fermata means you play the note longer than it actually says to play the note for. So that when you're playing with a backing track and you can't like coordinate with the pianist, it's a little tricky. Tesno says about to go to sleep. Well, thanks for popping in. So here. It's 3. And I guess there's a rest in the piano part on the D here. So I was like waiting, and then I was like waiting, and the piano didn't have a note, so I was waiting too long. What's up, Johnny? John, my Canadian friend, my Canadian DJ friend and musician friend, and cello friend. I hope you're having a good evening. Let's see. So let's go back to, if I go back here. If I go back, let's see here. So this YouTube, I'm just using it like a accompaniment track on YouTube, and it's got the sheet music. Like you can see there's like a little, like the bouncing ball equivalent from those sing-along things. So that's helpful, but it's the piano score. Okay, so here, this is the second ending. So if we go back, this is very helpful. Okay, so we're like 2 measures before the second ending here. Okay. Get this coordinated here. Go back a little bit more. So I should probably watch the piano music, actually, here. Probably should watch the treble clef. So actually, conveniently, that's another thing I wanted to work on. So let's do this with a metronome. A little flat there, but the timing was good. So let's see if we can do this with the backing track. See if this is the same. Just comparing the music. Is it actually the same timing? Triplet? Yeah, it is. So there's something. Okay, so the piano part is. Oh, it's in treble clef, so hard. The piano part is all eighth notes, so it should be just like my metronome. The top, the right hand on the piano part, the high part. I definitely need to play. I think I definitely need to watch the YouTube, the music in the YouTube video to get the timing right on there. Because like I said, you can't, there's no human to play with. Okay, so we were going back a little bit more. Okay, I see what I'm doing. I see what it is. I think I'm rushing those last eighth notes. that's getting a little bit better. Let's move on to Satie. Close this window. Oops. I just mute that, maybe. This tab was snoozed. Okay, this is louder. Just testing the levels here. Is that gonna work? Or is the piano part too loud? Not worried about the piano part being too quiet on this one. Okay, so this is the piece that I'm playing for my recital coming up here, and yeah. So it's, let's see if we can do this. See if we can do this cold. All right, here we go. Let's see. Davkind says, one question that came to mind, why are you not part of the Bussy Bunch, the Twitch team? You know, I thought about it. So I know Davkind from Zach Bussy's community. And Zach, if you don't know Zach, I mean, there's a lot of streamers in the house, but you should follow Zach on all the platforms that you use. So anyway, so Zach is, he talks about the business of streaming, of live streaming. And he's got a good level head on his shoulders and good analysis and things. So you should follow him. So that's where I know Davkind from, is from Zach's community. And so Zach has a Twitch team that if you're a premium subscriber, so he's got a monthly membership program, which I'm in, you can join his Twitch team. And I don't know, like I kind of like feel Twitch teams, like I kind of just like kind of not being affiliated, you know? Like I think it's a really neat thing. And I like all of you in that community. You're a good bunch of people. But yeah, I kind of like just being unaffiliated, being kind of like a free agent, if you will. So, cause I thought about, well, yeah, no, maybe I could, and I was like, meh. So, you know, so maybe I will, maybe I'll join up at some point, but that's my take on things. What's up, Daniel? Sad sounding piece. Yeah, it's Satie. It is Satie. And everybody should go follow Daniel. He's an incredible guitarist and plays like a bazillion other instruments as well, including violin. He's learning violin. Dev says, understandable, but there are no threads attached to it. Yeah, I know. It's just like a thing. But yeah, I don't know. It's like not a commitment. I get that. It's like a nice thing, and I'm kind of like, oh, I don't know. So yeah. Daniel says, I need to get a better violin. I've outgrown the free one I was given. Yeah. Yep, that happens. That's a thing. Cathadora says, the teams can be handy. I'm in one for that Minecraft server I'm part of, and I'm easy to find raid targets when we were doing that hardcore event. Yeah, so Cathadora was doing an event where they were on a Minecraft server where if you died, you were out. It was like a 30-day event or whatever. Yeah, I'll think about it. I just kind of haven't. I've kind of been like, kind of been iffy and whatever. But yeah, it's nothing like, it's about me. It's not about anybody in that group. Davkind says, enjoy, you play the cello. Yeah. Thank you. I'm glad you popped in. It's nice to see you. See, Daniel says, I don't know what Twitch teams are. Is this new? No, it's not new. So a Twitch partner can start a Twitch team, and certain people organize themselves however they want. But in a lot of cases, like the Twitch team that we're talking about is just like, it's just kind of informal. Zach is the Twitch partner that started it, and anybody that's got a premium membership can ask to be added to the team. And there's like a UI for it and whatever. And then if you see like on somebody's profile, sometimes you'll see there's a link to a team or multiple teams sometimes. It just kind of shows who you're affiliated with. And like some teams have like different like rules, or like they, like maybe they, whatever. They organize themselves however they're going to organize themselves as a community. Yeah, so it's not like it's kind of a little thing that is available for people that want to use it. And yeah, it does help with discovery, because then you can see like if somebody's in the Bussy Bunch team, for example, you can see who else is part of that community and who else streams and who else is live and stuff. So it's like a little discovery tool and whatever, it's a little fun thing. And some people use it and some people don't. So yeah, but that's what it is. That is what it is. Okay, so I want to clean some stuff up, because that was not on the Gnossienne one, because that was not a clean performance. So I want to work on, we'll do it without the backing track. And then maybe we'll play it again with the backing track. I did some things. Let's work on the ending, because I didn't get my bowing right. So at the end, let's just do this whole thing. Right there. So I split that slur when I shouldn't have. Which I think is probably a product of me just trying to do more things with like watching the backing track playing than I normally do. But I want to clean that up. And then there was some intonation funny business here. So we did let's do that same little loop. Let's do, actually, I threw my phone somewhere. Let's do, I'm going to turn on an F drone. This piece is actually, for the music nerds out there, Daniel, I'm looking at you, and Doc. This is actually in F, what is it? F Dorian Sharp 4, I think. Because it's got 4 flats in the key signature, but it's not in what is 4 flats? Is it A flat? A flat major? That's right. Let me wrote it down. I was trying to figure out, I was like, this is definitely in a mode. What mode is this in? And then I gave up because I couldn't figure it out. I was like, I think it's whatever. And I gave up and I looked and the internet told me and I was like, oh, F Dorian Sharp 4. Yep. That's what that is. So this is F Dorian. Oh, it's this. So it's a major E minor mode, and then the sharp 4 would be. So it. it's, yeah. So that was why it was confusing. That was why it was confusing. Let's work on intonation. Let's just play this with this drone. All right. Well, I've got a little time before the recital. I feel like it was kind of sloppy today, but maybe that's just because I didn't practice yesterday. And then actually the day before, Thursday, Thursday, I had an appointment. I got my hair cut so on Thursday night. So I went for a run in the dark and cold after. Wait, no, I didn't run. I practiced after work for a little bit, but I just did technique. I didn't do any of my repertoire. And it was kind of too late when I got back to practice more. So I didn't. And then I didn't practice yesterday. So that makes sense why things would be sloppy today. So anyway, what's up, DCS Deep? I did. See? I did. Not like I got like an inch cut off. Nothing too drastic. Okay, so I'm gonna turn that off. We're gonna take this off because we're gonna do something. We're gonna do something else, and I don't remember what it is that we're gonna do. Oh, we're gonna do another etude. We're going to go back. We're going to do vibrato practice now on that other etude that I played earlier to warm up on. So, let's see here. Night, Cathedora. Thanks for hanging out. And everybody go follow Cathedora and go check out their stream tomorrow. There will be Minecraft. There will be Minecraft tomorrow. What's up, Martini Monsters? Martini Monsters and friends. Just changing over the music here. Oh, hope everybody's having a nice weekend. Here, let's do this. I'm sick. Oh no. Oh no. I hope you feel better soon. Everybody go follow Martini Monsters. She is a very multi-talented human, but does a lot of lifting. But tonight, it looks like she was doing Legos. Also a very, very crafty, handy sort of person. And yeah, it's a nice place to hang out. Nice place to hang out. DCS Steve says only an inch. Hey, sometimes inches matter. They do. They say American football is a game of inches. So I've been told. Okay, let's close this. Oh, we're gonna actually do this. That's what we want. So the other piece that I want to work on when we're done with this etude is it's in an alternate tuning. So I want to make sure when we get to that other piece that we're really committed, because I have to tune down. And then I don't want to have to tune. Well, I'll tune back up to put my cello away, but like I don't want to deal with that during stream. Okay. DCS Deep says, of course it's a game of inches because it's all they got to measure who wins. I will just leave that there. I will just leave it right there. Let's see. YouTube says, I've been trying to ask Martini if she will learn Schubert Piano Trio in E flat Opus 100, but she has begged off to date. I don't know that piece. I mean, I might know it if I heard it, but I don't know it off the top of my head. Don't know it off the top of my head. So let's do, okay, so this etude that it's from the Hunger movie. Oh, I did not see that. I'm not like a movie person, but I'm guessing if it was in a movie, it's probably a fairly well-known piece. Okay, so those last two pieces, Nina and Gnossienne 1, were really assigned to me for vibrato practice, because my vibrato needs to be wider and looser and all that stuff. And so one of the technique things that I'm working on for this etude, I call this the Meow Mix etude. I played it a little earlier and just was focusing on weight transfer of my fingers because you want to vibrato properly, you need to have your finger acts as like a pivot point. So you have to have your weight, you have to have like the weight of your arm on the finger that you're vibrating with. So with this etude, I'm working on, I should be like vibrating nice and relaxed, and also making sure that I transfer my weight between my fingers as I'm playing this. So we're going to do that. I call it the Meow Mix etude because if you've ever seen a Meow Mix commercial from, I don't know, I don't watch commercials anymore, but you may recognize this tune, the intervals from meow, 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 meow.
That's the meow mix. That's the meow mix etude. Also known as Dotzauer Opus 120 number 3 or Schroeder number 32 in this Schroeder 140 etudes for violoncello. But I want to like go back here. Oh, it's right. It's this part. Yeah, this one's pretty scale. This etude's pretty like scale based. So etudes are pieces that are written for technical practice, and they're not written to be performed. So there's always like a sort of a technical goal associated with an etude, and like weight transfer is one of the things that this etude can be used for, and another one is bowing for like long even bows. So like the actual, there's two bowings. Like a lot of times you can use different, like there's different bowings that you can use with a different etude depending on like what you want, what technique you want to target. And so this one has, I was doing 4 notes per bow, but there's also an alternate a bowing in here that is for the most part 8 notes per bow, except there's a few measures that are 12 notes per bow. So 12 notes and then 4 notes and then 12 notes and then 4 notes. And that would help you practice your like uneven bowing because you need to move the bow slower for the 12 notes and faster for the 4 notes because you need to get back to the frog. This is the frog. The handle, this handle thingy is the frog. So like here, the very beginning, the other bowing is. idea. And I'm playing it a little bit slower, which is why I'm only doing 4 notes per bow. It's allegro, which is like usually that'll like allegro is gonna be up here. Here, let's do like 120. So that would be. Yeah, it would be a little bit faster than that. Like that. I was playing it actually, I think I was playing it half. I had the metronome going at half time, I think, but whatever. So anyway, so that's that. There's a couple spots where, like here, where I'm not, let me play it slower. Nice and loose, and I feel like I'm still kind of tight and like damn it, Beavis. But you know, it's getting better. It is getting better. All right, so what we're gonna do is I need my tuner. I need my tuner because we're gonna tune down. This is not a thing that cellos do very often, but I'm working on this new piece here. So this is a modern piece, and it's an album actually, like of like songs. I'm like kind of like, I don't know, do I call it a piece, do I call it a song, do I call it an album, do I call it a suite, what do I call it? But it's available at Bandcamp. I bought my sheet music at Bandcamp, and that was really cool. That made me very happy because I'm a total nerd for independent music. And I buy like all of my music from Bandcamp. So anyway, so we're gonna tune down. The tuning is so normally a cello is A, D, G, C. We're gonna tune the A string down to a G. So it'll tune down a whole step to a G, and then we're gonna tune the C string down 2.5 steps. Or 2.5 steps to another G. So I'm gonna have 3 G strings in different octaves and a D string. So the middle 2 strings will stay the same tuning, and then the top string will come down. I'm gonna take that down a little bit. I'll work on this one. Let that other string settle. And this is kind of a pain in the butt. Not gonna lie, it's kind of a pain in the butt. But it's a cool piece, or it's like a cool whatever, it's a cool album. And it's probably on like streaming services and stuff. I mean, it is. I was listening to it on Tidal, so I know it's at least on Tidal. Tune the other strings because stuff moves around. This is really handy when you have geared pegs. I think Martini Monsters has geared pegs on her cello too, because she has a carbon fiber cello, different brand than mine, but. Almost there. Almost there. We're down to A flat. So this gets interesting because, like, I take the C string down so far that it's like the tension is very loose. So it changes everything with the right hand. Okay, let's put this away because we don't really need it. All right. So I just started learning this. It's the wub wub of cello. Something like that. So I just started working on this, so I'm going to be playing it kind of slow, but it's pretty cool. And it's very, like, I notice there's 3 pieces in this work, in this collection, in this album, that are in this same tuning, and I started working on 2 of them. So this one is Salmgundi, and this is with the bow. And then the one that I played, I started working on stream is called Bedrock, and that one's all pizzicato, and it's very, like, guitar-like. And this one is, too, I feel like. It goes. Oh, and the, like, one thing that's kind of interesting about this, because I didn't know, like, I'm a guitarist, you know, so I wasn't sure how this was all gonna work. Like, how was the notation gonna work with everything tuned down? Because that's, like, just, like, not a thing you see very often in cello, or I also play violin, like, in violin music, at least, and not in classical music, right? That's what my background is in. And so the way that she notated this is basically she's just basically pretending that you didn't tune down. So your fingers, like, you don't have to, like, relearn the fingerboard. It's just the same. So the notes that you're actually playing aren't the notes that are on the page. Like, the tones, like the frequencies that you're playing aren't the same ones that are on the page, but it's like, it's notated, so, like, you just pretend that you're in standard regular tuning and just, you know, whatever. So that's kind of neat. Let's do that again because I missed. So another thing that's interesting, I don't know if I think those are not supposed to be harmonics. I think that means open string, but we'll see what my teacher says at my next lesson. But like here, that's written like it's well, it is. It's D, F, G. And then the next measure looks different. But it's the same tones. But the way that the G is written, there's an O. It looks like it's an A. It looks like it's an open A, but it's not. It's a G because I'm tuned down, which I just think is interesting. so that's it's written as if that is. Let me write that in. That's a 4. So we've got. That's the first part. And this changes time signature. So we start in 4/4, and then I don't know why it says 4/4 again here, but it says 4/4 again, as if we like psych, did you change keys? No, you didn't change time signatures. And then it goes into 3/4. So this is a 3/4 measure. And then we go into stuff. So there's one measure in 3/4, then it's in 4/4. We get a measure in 4/4, then we get a measure in 2/4, and then we go into 5/8, and then we go back to 4/4, and then we go to 2/4, and then we go to 5/8. So, but it's like a very, I don't know. I listened to it, and it's probably good that I listened to it, because and listen to Helen Mountfort playing it, the composer playing it. Because otherwise I don't like, I feel like this is a very, very much like a vibey sort of piece. It even says, the instructions at the top say molto rubato. So rubato is like kind of, if you're not like straight on the beat, right? Like you can kind of play with the length, like the beats. It says molto rubato should have the feel of Baroque improvisation. I've never done Baroque improvisation, so I'm not entirely sure what that means, but I do get what what she's going for here. So if we go back to let's go back to this part here. April, what's up? Welcome in, everybody. I'm just getting started. I just tuned my cello down. And I'm learning a piece. It's a modern piece by composer Helen Mountfort. And then, and I bought my music on Bandcamp. So cool. Everybody go follow April Knight. She's a multi-instrumentalist, plays like all of the things, and plays all of like the string instruments that I don't play. So like bowed psaltery, what's the thing with the crank? Hurdy-gurdy. She plays flute. She plays piano. She plays a bunch of percussion instruments. She plays like all the things. Harp. So make sure you're following April. Welcome in, everybody. And also make sure you follow DJ Elefine, too. DJ Elefine is an awesome DJ. And plays lots of dark and spooky music, and has a nice place to hang out on Tuesday nights. Hey, welcome back, DJ Vegan and Black. Okay, so we got this here. So I'm tuned down. I have 3 G strings right now. Hey, G-string jokes. G-string jokes are appropriate. So I tune down my, this is usually an A. So I tune down one whole step. D and G are normal. Those are the normal tuning. And then we went way down. Normally this is a C. This is a G, the G below the C. April says 12-year-old snicker. Cat Listocal says G-string jokes. All I can think of is it never stays in tune. I mean, that is a challenge when you tune down. But anyway, yeah. So here. So this part here. Thanks for the follow. DCS Deep says, you don't really want to hear my G-string jokes, do you? Probably not, actually. Probably not. DCS Deep has a history here. We know about DCS Deep's jokes. Okay, so that's the first part. It's kind of like the intro of the piece. And then we have, oh, by the way, I think a lot of you from April's community know DJ Vegan and Black, but if you're not following, go give DJ Vegan and Black a follow too. I hang out there all the time because I'm modding over there, and it's a good time. So now we go into, okay, so this says a tempo, so it means like back to the actual regular tempo. I think this is supposed to be, I think that first part that I was working on is supposed to be like kind of more free, more vibey. And then I think at this point is where we kind of go back to our usual sort of actually playing on the beats sort of thing. And it goes. And this is the 2/4 measure. So we go. Let me move this over here. It's kind of far away. And in the dark, I usually have a light over here onto the sheet music to kind of light up the other side, but I don't have that right now. Yeah. I don't actually take requests, Kat. So like everything that's on my song list is actually just like stuff that it's my practice repertoire. So, I have actually, it's not, the Game of Thrones theme isn't that hard, but I'm in an alternate tuning right now. So, it won't work. Yeah. Just window shopping. Yeah. Cool. If you want to see here. I think I turned that off. Because I just use the song list for the display over here. But I was working on Satie, Gnossienne 1 earlier, and then Nina by Pergolesi. Those are the two like actual music that I was working on in addition to this one. Let's see here. Yeah. Let's see. What tempo? If I had the metronome on, let me just tap. Where is my tap tempo? There we go. So here, if we go, da, 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 da. Okay, let's do 80 because that's a nice even number. See. Let me actually. So this, let's do some clapping. Okay, so we've got 1 and 2 and 3. I'm actually doing this in half time because these are okay. So we got 8th notes and some 16th notes. Dun, 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 1 and 2 and so we've got 1 and 2. 1. Da 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 da. That's what it should be. Up bow. So here, that's open. I'm gonna make that bigger. Okay, and then we go back to molto rubato, dramatic molto rubato. Let's keep working on this part. That's a 3. Okay, that is right. So again, the music is written as if we're in standard tuning. So the notes look different on the page, but they're the same tone, and that was throwing me for a little bit. So it goes. This is the molto rubato section. So, and then this must start up bow, which is weird. That nice low G there. So let's see. Let's work on this. Daniel's like, yes, low notes. There you go, Daniel. That's for you. So this has got to be... It's weird that that would be up though. But there are like railroad tracks there. I mean, I guess that works. We'll make it up bow until my teacher tells me something else. See, Daniel says, I found a luthier in Nashville who's almost done completing a guitar viol. What is that? Please explain. Trying to convince him to let me borrow it and make demos for him, but I really want to record with it. I'm thinking like this has got to be different than a mandolin because you would have just said mandolin. So it's a guitar viol is a new instrument. It's a hybrid cello guitar. Oh, interesting. I know like Fish in a Birdcage has a mando cello, which looks like that's a whole... It looks like that's real hard to play because it looks like a full-size guitar, and it's got 8 strings. I don't know. It looks like it would be difficult to play. Daniel says only certain composers have them. Interesting. Did you post something about that in your Discord? Because I would be interested to see what that is. You've already heard it. It's the Game of Thrones sound from the Red Wedding. It's the 300 sound too. Oh yeah, I've seen 300. Both have starring Lena Headey. Yes, from Sarah Connor from Terminator: The Sarah Connor Chronicles. That's why I no spoilers for Game of Thrones because I'm in like season 5 or something, and I've seen The Wedding, I think, and no spoilers. Yeah. DCS Deep says Mando cello. I didn't think that guy played the cello. Which guy? Mando. Daniel says it's so crazy they come in both acoustic and electric versions. I am intrigued. I am very intrigued. So we got to do that's an extension. That's not a 2. That's an extension. Stuff in my way. It's hard to write stuff down. My only spoilers for Game of Thrones: lots of characters die. I've noticed. Let's keep it at that. Let's keep it at that. See, Mandalorian. Daniel says they have frets, but you can still do vibrato like a cello. It's 6 strings. So is it played like this, or is it played like a guitar? Like, are you, is it? Where is the neck? It's the entire theme in House of Dragon. Okay. April says I've only seen season 1. I know that yeah. This is dangerous territory. I just need to finish it. I just need to finish the series, but like I'm always on Twitch. played like a classical guitar, but not straight vertical like a cello. So like kind of like this, right? Because a classical guitar you have up a little bit. They are $15,000. Holy crap. I suppose though, if it's like a new instrument and like if it becomes higher demand and there's more manufacturers, I'm sure the price would come down, but yeah. DCS Deep, thank you. Don't twitch, do proper vibrato. Thank you. Thank you for the reminder. YouTube says up to 4 or 5 seasons is okay. April says way too much violence in season 1 for me. I'm a lightweight. Yeah, season 1 there's a lot of I was only watching it for Lena Headey because I think she's fantastic. And yeah. I'm not a gore person, and there was some gore in the first season that did not please me. But yeah, I don't do like I don't like zombie films because they're usually gory, and I'm not into that. Not into that. Let's see here. Okay, so let's do this. Let's like play this for real. Where should I post them? If you either your Discord or my Discord, talking strings in my Discord maybe. But if you post in your Discord, tag me, and then I'll see it when we're done. Kat says, I'm a hobby luthier and always looking for a challenge. Tell me where the money lies. Ha. It's yeah, it's where is it? What is it? A guitar viol. Wait, no. There's more bow changes there. New page. And we got a rest, so that's convenient. So then we go back to the regular melody. So here we want to do, there's a written as an E flat. So we are not extended here. So I'm going to remind myself that I don't want to be extended. So that would be, that's a 3 there. Wait, no.
that's not a 3. It's a 3 over here. We are extended. Oh, and she's got a 3 written there, but it's so tiny I can't see it. There are some other things written tiny. There's a 3 and a 4. Ah. So we've got so it goes 3, 4, 3, 4. So this section in 6/8 time, and it says a tempo like a jig. So this part goes. Now we're getting into double stops. Now we're getting things are happening here. Everybody's warmed up, and now this is where the party starts. That's pretty cool. I like that. I like that. So if we go back to the beginning of this section, then it's... That's a 3.
6 8. So it's 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. So it's the first one. So it's in this pattern, it's a dotted eighth note and then a 16th note. Start on a G. It's a 1. Daniel says, posted a bunch of videos in your talking string section for you to check out later. Cool, I will. Those are in my Discord. That is a thing. I think the link should still work, but it might be running out of invites. So if you can't get in, let me know and I'll spin up a new invite. DJ Moans 1 says, when tripwire clashes with the composer, one might say it's a volatile situation. We will increment the counter for that one. Thank you, DJ Moans 1. And Siribot says, I gave all my dead batteries away today, free of charge. I liked your joke better. DJ Moans 1. Siribot, that one's kind of a stinker. Let's see here. Okay, so we got a 1 here. There's no set tuning either. You can tune it any way you want. They call the frets phantom frets. How so? Why do they call them phantom frets? Are they, because like I know with fretted electric violins, for example, the frets are actually they're much lower than guitar frets. They're just like a little bit raised, so that you can feel them, so you have a physical point of reference, and then they do. I think they do also do the thing where they keep you in tune, but they're definitely a lot lower than guitar frets. They are not actual frets on the acoustic versions. They are carved from the wood of the fingerboard, and it's a scalloped neck. Oh, and that's why they're $15,000 then. And that would be a real, like, see, so Kat, if you make one of these things, somebody's gonna have to go back to you when their neck wears down. They're gonna have to go back to you to replace the neck. So you've got some, it's not necessarily recurring revenue specifically, but somebody's gonna have to, there's not gonna be a lot of people, I think, that could repair that. Oh man, and it's ebony too. That's expensive. Yes, there is no ebony on this cello. That was one of the reasons why I bought it. No rare woods on this cello. The only wood on this cello is the bridge. DJ Moans One says, the cello fell down the stairs. It was a flat out accident. Oh my goodness. DCS Deep, DJ Moans One is giving you competition here. DCS Deep says, so basically they don't fret. I'm gonna I don't know what I'm gonna do with this counter. This counter is going crazy tonight. Racking up the dad jokes. I consider puns. I kind of, puns and dad jokes, I put them all into one category. In Pascalia's stream, she almost banned everyone in chat because of the food puns. Oh no, was it like that scene from The Princess Bride? That beautiful scene from The Princess Bride. That's more about rhyming though. But, same idea. Same idea. What were we doing here? Let us all calm down. Let's see here. What were we doing? Oh, we're doing this section. So this is a bowing, these are, the way that this is written, it makes a lot of sense, but it's not, these are not conventions that you would normally use in cello. So what's happening here is, this is all on the high G string. So normally you'd go down. Like that. But you go back up to the high G string. So here, where are we? Thing again. That's why we do that. So here, so that's a C there. That's what that is. Then we got octaves. What is the, and then that's gonna have to be, that definitely has to be on the D string. So it is. got a grace note here. So this is like the beginning, right? And we got a C sharp. So that's the thing that changes there. That's a 2. It's an F, not an F sharp. Wait, is that? Yeah, that is a C sharp. Daniel says, what's the difference between a violinist and a pizza? A pizza can feed a family of 4. True. True. How do you keep your violin from being stolen? You put it in a viola case. So Daniel, actually, my Gibson SG, I have a hard shell case, like it's curved like the shape of the guitar. It's an Epiphone case for security purposes. DCS Deep says most G strings that get too high make a good place to tuck dollar bills. So now we're back up into second position. Oh no, we're not. We are. Yes, we are. And then we go back into first position. Third page. Okay, so this is different now. So there's one measure in 5/4 there. Yellen says, Joe would be smothering you all with the fartner blanket for these puns. Yes, she would be. Yes, she would be. Where did we go? Where are we on this page here? We're at the beginning. on that shift here. So we'll do. See, are you down bow or up you bow? That's up bow. So it's. So this is a really cool piece. I really like it. And like my teacher has played he's played the whole suite, the whole album, whatever you want to call it. And he was telling me about it a long time ago, like maybe a year ago when I mentioned I was working on learning the modes on cello and like the modes of the major scale. And he was like, oh, this is really it's a really modal collection of pieces. But yeah, here, let me put the link back in. Let me put the link in chat again. If I could type. So that's the Bandcamp link. So the version that I linked to is includes the sheet music, and then there's another version, and it costs a little bit more. And then there's just the regular version that's just the recording. But it's cool because it's like the composer's playing the thing, which is like, normal and, rock music or whatever, or most modern music, but it's not as common when you're coming from a classical background. So yeah, since I'm in, let me bring out Bedrock too, and just to let's work on it for a little bit. So this is it's in the same tuning, and while we're tuned down, seems like a good idea to work on this.
because it really is a pain in the butt to go back and forth with tunings. And fortunately, I have geared pegs, because this would be like, I think that's why my teacher was like, oh, you have a carbon fiber cello, so you have the right cello to dink around with all these tunings. The rest of so it's just these three, there's just these three pieces that are in, or three songs, or whatever you want to call them, that are in this alternate tuning, and I think the rest is all standard. There's a really cool one. I really like Monument, and maybe that's, I didn't print it. Let me see, actually. Oh, did I download it to this computer? Let's find out. Windows, what are you doing? What are you doing, Windows? May not have downloaded it here. No, I don't want to use Edge. Where's my Explorer? I have a degree in computer network engineering with a Microsoft certification from like 20 years ago. And I just don't use Windows anymore, and I don't know where anything is. But yeah, I did not download it. I'll have to put that on this computer, though. Or just print. I want to print Monument, is really what I wanted to do. But anyway, Bedrock is all pizzicato. I did say Windows DCSD. At the time when I needed a computer to stream from, Windows was like, it was before the M1, the Apple Silicon Macs were released, and it just like, it was a better choice. But as soon as this thing makes me upgrade to Windows 11, like whenever Windows 10 is like out of support, I'm putting Linux on this. I'm just like, I'm done. I'm done. Copilot can get wrecked. Anyway, I try and touch this computer as little as possible. So there is that. Well, thanks for the claps, April. 10 months unless they change their mind. If corporate America screams then about having to move everybody to Windows 11, maybe we'll get a little bit more time. I'm not going to hold my breath, but whatever. Okay, so this one, Bedrock. So this one, I haven't actually looked at this. Night, Dave Kind. Please, and everybody, please go give Dave Kind a follow. Whoops. I broke everything.